Let's talk about ratio and proportion by Anupam Das. Ratios are actually the mathematical numbers used to compare two things which are similar to each other in terms of units. For example, we can compare the length of a pencil to the length of a pen, likewise the distance to a unit that denotes the distance. It can be written as 4:3. We can't compare two things that are not similar to each other. Similarly, we can't compare the height of a person to the weight of another person. As an illustration, suppose the weight of Kamal is 50 kg and that the weight of Hassan is 100 kg. A ratio of Kamal's weight to Hassan's weight can be found out by dividing Kamal's weight to Hassan's weight and vice versa. The ratio between the Kamal's and the Hassan's weight is 50 divided by 100, which is 1:2. A ratio is denoted by is/to. In the above case, we can say that the 2 times the weight of Kamal equals the weight of Hassan, or Kamal's weight is half of the Hassan's weight. Ratios can help in such deductions. Note how only the weights which are similar to each other are compared. Proportions. Ratios compare things similar to each other. Further, these ratios are compared with each other using proportions. The purpose of comparing ratios is to deduce whether two distributions are equal or not. It additionally helps us to find out the most suitable proportion. When two ratios are the same, they are said to be the proportionate to each other. A proportionate relation is represented by equal to sign. Let's assume you and your friend go out to buy the notebooks. You both buy a total of 8 notebooks which amount to 200 rupees. Your friend pays 50 rupees while you pay 150 rupees. Now while returning, your friend suggests that both of you receive 4 notebooks each. On the other hand, since you paid more, you suggest that you must receive the notebooks while your friend gets 2 notebooks. To decide which of you is correct, we can determine whether the ratios of the money paid and notebook distribution are equal or not. Hence, the ratio of money you paid to that of your friend paid is 150 divided by 50, which is 3:1. The ratio according to your friend's distribution is 4:4, which is 1:1. Therefore, the ratio according to your distribution is 6:2, which is 3:1. Since the ratio of money paid and the ratio according to your distribution is proportionate, your distribution will be correct. What can be the ratio and proportion tricks? Let us learn here some rules and tricks to solve the problems based on the ratio and the proportion topic. If u by v is equal to x by y, then uy is equal to vx. Or if u by v is equal to x by y, then it can also be u by x is equal to v by y. If u by v is equal to x by y, then v by u is equal to y by x. If u by v is equal to x by y, then u plus v divided by v is equal to x plus y divided by y. If u by v is equal to x by y, then u minus v divided by v is equal to x minus y divided by y. If u by v is equal to x by y, then u plus v divided by u minus v is equal to x plus y divided by x minus y, which is known as the component or dividend rule. If u by v is equal to v by x, then u by x is equal to u square by v square. If u by v is equal to x by y, then u is equal to x and v equals to y. If a by b plus c is equal to b by c plus a, which is equal to c by a plus b, and a plus b plus c is not equal to 0, then a is equal to b is equal to c. Now let's take an example to solve it in a better way. For question number 1, it is given, divide 90 rupees in ratio 1:2 between Ram and Karan. So first we have to think that there are 2 parts, 1 and 2, the sum of which is the third part. Hence, among the 3 parts, Karan gets 2 and Ram gets 1. Therefore, 90 rupees considered equivalent to 3 parts here. Karan's share is equal to 2 by 3 into 90, which is 60 rupees, and Ram's share is equal to 1 by 3 into 90, which gives 30 rupees. Here we have added the ratios as parts and then divided the total parts according to the ratio. Thus, the sum of the ratios is assumed to be equal to the total sum of the rupees that need to be divided among Karan and Ram. I hope the question number 1 and its solution is clear to you all. Now let's move on to the another question. It says, are 30, 40, 45 and 60 in proportion? We can write ratio of 30 and 40 is equal to 30 by 40, which is 3:4, and ratio of 45 and 60 is 45 divided by 60, which is 3:4. Now the ratio of 30 and 40 is equal to the ratio of 45 and 60, hence they are proportionate to each other, or you can also write 30:40:45:60. Now let's move on to question number 3. It says, what are the ratio and proportion examples? You can write that the proportion refers to an equation with a ratio on each side. Moreover, it is a statement that the two ratios are equal, such as 3/4 is equal to 6/8, which is an example of proportion. In addition, when one of the four numbers in a proportion is unknown, the cross products may be used to find the unknown number. I hope question number 3 is clear to you all. Now let's move on to question number 4. It says, what is the formula for proportion? I think we can all answer this question. First, we need to simply write a proportion, a statement that has two ratios that are equal. In addition, we can write it in two ways. First, as two equal fractions, a by b is equal to c by d, or in the other way using column, that is a is to b, which is equal to c is to d. Hence, it is proved. Now let's move on to question number 5. Is the proportion of percent? You can write that if the proportion is a percentage, then I would be 10%. However, the proportion is a ratio, and in this case 10 by 100 is equal to 1 by 10, which is equal to 1. Although the 10% is not a ratio in of itself, then it is a proportion of 10. Besides percentage means of 100, in addition, a proportion is a number to another number. I hope these questions are making things clear in your head. Now let's move on to question number 6. It says, are the ratio and the proportion the same? So the answer will be, the main difference between the ratio and the proportion is that the ratio is the comparison of the sizes of the two quantities of the same unit. On the other hand, proportion refers to the equality of the two ratios. Here some more examples are given for us to solve. Are the ratios 4:5 and 8:10 is said to be in proportion? So the solution will be 4:5 is equal to 4 by 5, which is 0.8, and 8:10 is 8 by 10, which is 0.8. Since both the ratios are equal, they are said to be in proportion. Now question number 8 asks for, are the two ratios 8:10 and 7:10 are in proportion? So the solution will be 8:10 is equal to 8 divided by 10, which is 0.8, and 7:10 is 7 divided by 10, which is 0.7. Since both the ratios are not equal, they are not in proportion, right? I hope you have understood it this much. Now question number 9 says that the given ratios are a is to b, which is 2:3, and b is to c, which is 5:2, and c is to d, which is 1:4. So it asks for find a, b is to c. Solution says, multiplying the first ratio by 5, second by 3, and third by 6, we have a is to b is equal to 10:15, b is to c is equal to 15:6, and c is to d is equal to 6:24. Now in the above ratios, all the mean terms are equal. Thus, a is to b is to c is to d is equal to 10:15:6:24. Right? I hope you all have got the correct answer. Now there's another word problem. It says, out of the total students in a class, if the number of the boys is 5 and number of the girls being is 3, then find the ratio between the girl and the boy. Here the solution will be, the ratio between the girls and the boys can be written as 3:5, that is girls is to boys, and the ratio can also be written in the form of a factor like 3 divided by 5. So we have found the answer. Now question number 2 says, the two numbers are in ratio which is 2:3. If the sum of the numbers is 60, find the numbers. The solution will be 2 by 3 is the ratio of any two numbers. So let the two numbers be 2x and 3x as per the given question. The sum of these two numbers is 60. So 2x plus 3x is equal to 60, which means 5x is equal to 60. That means the value of x is 12. Hence, the two numbers are 2x, which is equal to 2 into 12, which is 24, and 3x is equal to 3 into 12, which is 36. Hence, the 24 and 36 are the required numbers. I hope we had a good learning session about the ratio and proportion. Thank you.